Hi, this is Amy with Momma-Builds. Come build with me. So today I'm in my Bikini Bottom world. This is part 56, I believe, and I am about to share with you how I've built this Bikini Bottom Pin Factory so far, and then we're going to finish it together. So you're going to want to start with a 25 by 25 square, and I actually think it was 26 by 26 square because I wanted it to be able to be symmetrical when I put my doors in the exact middle. So this is 26 by 26. I did decide to do something that I don't normally do, and that was excavate so I could just walk in right on the same floor. So once I had my 26 by 26 square outlined, I excavated out the bottom and I filled it with oak planks. Then, when I look at my Google picture of the pin factory in Bikini Bottom, it has green doors, so I chose the copper doors. I believe they're the waxed, yes, the waxed weathered copper door. And then I just started filling in with the lime green concrete. Now, once I got 10 high, so 26 by 26, then 10 high, I came out and up one and went up 10 more. Now, the reason why I did that is I didn't want it to be just a straight box. I wanted it to kind of come out and look like it was getting a little taller at the top. Many of the Bikini Bottom builds kind of had that tapered, larger at the top, smaller at the bottom look. And even though um, the the Bikini Bottom image that I'm using, it makes it look like it's not a perfect square. It doesn't necessarily look like it's tapered. I chose this method to just kind of give it that funkified Bikini Bottom look. So once I did that, I filled in most of the walls just because I figure you can fill in a 26 by 26 square with oak and start going up 10 blocks in the green, come out and up one, go up 10 more blocks, and fill that in without watching me do it. And then I decided to use the green and white, the verdant fog light to give my building a kind of industrial lighted look. And then to also help with the whole problem of needing light in my factory, I'm going to do what I do with a lot of my Bikini Bottom builds and go ahead and just do a skylight with glass block for my roofing. So the the Bikini Bottom Pin Factory looks basically just like a big giant green square with a little bit of like wood perimeter block and some accents. And so that is what we're going to do. I'm going to try to stick with the look that the Google image has, but I don't know. I want to kind of stay true to the fact that this is a factory and it's kind of an industrial building. So once you have your big giant green block, like I said, I decided to taper out a little bit to kind of give it that Bikini Bottom look. You can just go straight up 20 blocks or just 15 if you just want to do one story or whatever. It's really up to you. I chose to do the frog lights. You don't have to do that. On the inside, I chose where I went in and out one block to start the next level. I put some frog lights in the corners to just kind of keep with that industrial lighted look. And then I just filled it in so that you can't see where they stop and start. They don't stick out from the wall, and that was intentional. So anywho, let's go ahead and start filling in our walls the rest of the way. As you can see, the front has these oak plank wrap around little porthole windows. I'm going to do a couple up on the second level, and then you can't really see the side in the Google pic of the building, but I might do a couple on the side as well. So I chose to do four that are symmetrical to the front doors. You can do them random, you can do them symmetrical like I did. It's really, whatever you want to do. So let's go ahead and fill in our lime green. And then we'll decide where else we want to put our oak planked wrapped windows. And then we'll fill in the rest of this lime green and then finish off with our sign, the pipes, and then the inside, of course, of our Bikini Bottom Pin Factory. I don't think I'm going to do any windows in the back. I think I'm just going to keep them plain green for right now. It's one of those things sometimes I go back later and decide that I want to do something. But for the purposes of this video, I think I'm just going to leave it for this time. So once you get all of your walls filled in, whether you taper them or not, or do 2 stories or not, we can start making those wood wrapped windows that kind of give that porthole look that so many of the Bikini Bottom builds have. So I'm going to do glass. Holy cow, guys. That is quite the storm. Alright, so back to the windows. We got 4 on this wall. We'll do, I feel like I kind of have to stick with, I don't know why, 1, 2, symmetrical, because I started doing it symmetrical. So there's 1. We'll just do another one like right here. I did 2 off there. Let's go 1, 2. And then I went up 1 and over 1. Up 1 and over 1. There we go. That will make me happy for this wall. Just add a little bit of glass. So we go over 2, up 1. Go ahead and make another porthole window here. Up 1, over 1. Alright, so I make sure and do it right. I'm going to do this bottom one first. Into up 1. We do the wrap with the wood, and then we go up and over 1. And that should be good. Alright, so that's level 1. I really like I think the windows are kind of cute. I like them. Like I said, leaving this back window empty. So we'll go up to level 2 here, and we're just going to fill it in. Now, because I did taper my building, I do have this green perimeter down here, and I'm just going to leave it. It doesn't bother me. But you could go and put your planks all the way out if you wanted to extend your flooring. It's really up to you. You know what? I think I'm going to do I'm going crazy. It's so stinking glitchy. But sometimes I think it's my controller. I can't really tell. So I do want to do some windows like I did in the front on the upper level on the front as well, but I'm going to do it from the outside to make sure that they look right with where I put the front ones and not hit the sign that I'm creating out in the front. I've mentioned this before when I have done Bikini Bottom build tutorials, and usually the most difficult and painstaking thing to do are the signs, to make the signs look correct and be sized correctly for lettering. It sometimes takes more than one try to get it right. So, alright. So there's those walls. That's one, that's all completed. And a 2 over, up 1. We're going to go over 1 and up 1. I'm just going to get rid of the blocks. Then come back and fill it in with the planks in a minute. Over and up 1. Alright, while I'm thinking about it real quick, um, let's, we can do two things. We can either totally fill in the second level, or we can struggle to get the fence down, because that's lots of fun. In my dynamite factory, to create more light in the lower levels and to just create kind of an interesting look, I have the middle part of the floor open to the skylight above. I think I'm going to do that with this factory as well. And that's just like a big, like a, I don't know, a loading zone, a holding zone for the pins, and they actually make the pins down here is what I think I'm going to do. So I also think I'm going to add maybe a little bit of light. Alright. I like that. Okay. So now it's already starting to rain again. It's just like, didn't I just fix that? Alright. So I wanted to do just like one porthole window on each side here of the sign. So if you are building your own pin factory, 1, 2, 3, out 2. And you've built your 26 by 26 building, 10 blocks high on each level. You tapered them out or not. You've got this front wrapping of the planks. I just went out 1 and up 1, right? To just give it a little perimeter block. You've added your little porthole windows how you want. You've added this little block. Then I came around and I made a big square because this is where it's going to say Pin Factory, and I filled it in with sandstone because it looked like a yellowy block, but the actual yellow concrete block was way too yellow, so I decided to do the sandstone block anyway. So I really feel like that's really starting to embody and look like the Pin Factory. When you look up the Bikini Bottom Pin Factory on Google, this is really looking a lot like it, and I really like it. So let's go ahead and we're going to finish it off with the sign, filling in the Pin Factory, and then the pipes. So the Pin Factory itself, like I said, it has the wood wrapped sign. It has some wood wrapped features like the porthole windows and the front part of the building. But it's interesting that they chose with the yellowish kind of sign, like a magenta colored block. So we're going to go ahead, and if that's the center right there, I think this is the center, isn't it? Okay, so that's the center in the middle. So if I'm going to make this a P, that's not going to make a very good I unless I go all the way out and I do it too wide like that. And that's just going to look stupid. So I'm not going to do that. So that means we're going to bring so there's an N. Do we need to bring it down more so it matches, I suppose. I wish there was a way. There's like no way to do it. You guys, what am I? See, I told you. This is the thing. This is the thing about trying to do a sign. It's such a pain in the booty every time. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to do factory. Like, there's no way. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I had delusions of grandeur that I was going to be able to do pin factory, but instead I think we're just going to do the word pin. So we're going to center it on the sign here. Oh, I still had it. Whoops. Alright, let there be light. Okay, so we're going to make like a giant P. Since we can't do pin factory, we'll at least do a nice sized pin. That's so huge. Oh my gosh. Ah, but then I don't have room for my N. Oh, this is so horrible. Ah. That's why, like, don't be like me. Don't be a symmetrical freak. Because then stuff's so much harder. How am I going to do an N off of that? Oh my gosh, this is when I wish I had editing capabilities so you don't have to see me struggle so bad just to make every stinking sign. Okay, you know what? This is so dumb. Okay, P. And symmetrical or not, we do not care. A regular looking I, then a space, P-I, and then an N. So, I don't really know how to make an N look like an N without just doing it like this. So that's what we're going to do. Pin. It is a pin factory. And it says the word pin. Congratulations. We have a pin. All right. So the pin factory itself, sorry for the drama about the actual pin factory sign. It has a big giant pin sticking off out the top here. So let's do this little like lip around it, and then it comes up. And it has a smaller lip there. Okay, and then I'm going to see what this looks like, but it's a pin, right? So it has like a little metal pointy thing on the bottom. Like it's a pin. So that's going to be, I mean, it's a little too thick. I would really like it if I could do it smaller. There we go. I didn't think that was going to be big enough, but it's enough. You could tell it's a push pin. So there you go. There's the pin at the top of the pin sign. So now what we need are some pipes. And the pipes are kind of different colors, and then one of the pipes has a pen going through it, so that should be interesting. So let's do the first pipe. The first pipe is like a whitish color, so let's just do white concrete. And then the other pipes have kind of like a brownish, rusty color. I mean, they're kind of a weird color. They don't really look metally like most of the pipes look metalish. These don't really look like they've got metal. So let's do the white. The white, it has like a red top. So let's use that for that. So we're gonna do this weird white one right here. It comes off. What shape is it? I keep referring to my Google image so that I can make sure and do it properly. So let's go up, and then just going to make it a little thicker. Then I'm going to take this red, and it kind of goes around like a little perimeter overhang. up there. So there's the first block, or the first pipe. The other pipes are different sizes and shapes, but they're all kind of made out of this weird brown, whatever this stuff is. This is the right color tone, and it actually has kind of a similar texture. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a couple of these guys. Does one of these kind of come off the side, I think? Let's look. Yeah, I have one with some red coming off the side, and I've got a metally pipe coming out of that brown pipe. So let me get, there's one that kind of comes out like this and has a little perimeter around the top like this. And then there's another one that comes out of the side of the factory right here. So I'm going to do this guy. And he's kind of like thickish looking. So we're going to make him a little more substantial. And he has kind of that red perimeter stuff around him, just like the white one at the top. So we're going to put that on there. All right. So that guy's like that. He's a lot smaller. Like the picture, he's like huge. He's like this huge pipe off the side. Alright. Just having a good look. Just trying to make sure that I've got everything here. So I'm going to see if I can kind of make it look like a pin coming off here. It's like... I don't know. That doesn't look anything like it. I might just forego the pin because I don't think there's a way I'm really going to be able to make it look normal. So one last little look. I could use a little bit of a metal block. Let's just do this one right here. He's got another little goofy looking pipe coming off him. So I'm going to just give him a little guy like that. And make him a little more substantial. Right. And I don't actually see anything else, but I'm going to create a few that kind of match him so he doesn't stick out odd all by himself. All right. Then something I've not done in a long time, but I used to do with my Bikini Bottom builds, is out of the pipe sometimes there's this like industrial smoke, and one of the ways to achieve that is by the spider webs. So I'm going to add some spider webs coming out. So there's the smoke. I told you, it's like stinking raining here all the time. So this guy has, I think there was like smoke coming out of all of them. Like it was super, yeah. So there's smoke coming out of this guy. There was smoke coming out of this guy. right, so we've got the smoke coming up. We got the pin factory sign. Let's go ahead and turn it to day real quick like. And then to finish it off, I would like to do a little perimeter block of an oak slab and a leaf. Let's go back up to the leaves. So we're going to do a leaf and we're going to do our slab just to give it a finished look. And then you could really do anything you want on the inside. I really feel like just about anything would be fine. Right, got a nice cute little walkway. Put some lights right there. I'm just going to do a quick little shrub all the way around just to give it a nice finished look. And then I'm probably not going to do a tutorial about the inside. There's lots of things you can do. You can use any sort of like metal or stone block and then put like a black block in the middle, make it look like a conveyor belt. Different plank blocks to make it look like different. Let's go up so you can really see this a little better. Boxes of pins. There's all kinds of things you can do. But overall, I really do like how it turned out. I think the push pin at the top of the sign turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I wish I would have had more room so that I could write Pin Factory, but because there was just no hope of finding ways to do letters for the full word factory, I just decided to go with the pin. A lot of my signs are just kind of disappointing for me in Bikini Bottom. It's hard for me to be able to do the signs the way I would like without making the building just absolutely gigantic. So overall, I really do like how it turned out. I think that it has definitely embodied the look of the pin factory of the Google image, and I really hope that this helps you to create your own pin factory for your own Bikini Bottom. Please like and subscribe and let me know what you're liking, what you want to see more of. Maybe there's some Bikini Bottom builds that I haven't done yet. Please let me know. If there's a building that I've not done, please tell me. I'll look it up on Google and I'll build it. And I would love the ideas. Just let me know if there's something I haven't built yet. Also remember there are 55 videos, so go back and look because I may have built it because this world is huge. So you can always go back and look and see what have I covered, what have I built, what have I toured. And I really need to actually go back and watch them and see if there's any buildings that I had already created that I haven't toured yet. I think I got all of them, if not almost all of them, for sure. But I might have to go back and look just in case. But so anyways, I love how the pin factory turned out. Definitely the push pin at the top of the pin factory is probably my favorite detail of the whole build. I like the port windows. I love the little pipes with the smoke coming out. Definitely embodies the whole factory feel. So like, subscribe, come back for more. Let me know what you want to see. And you guys have a great day and keep building.